Hey guys, this is HOPEsaidit back with another HOPEsaidit Uncut video for you. You haven't seen this one in a while, but she's back. She is back this week. We're talking about Black History Month. Go to my blog, HOPEsaidit.com, and you'll see why I say we can't ignore Black History Month. The importance of Black History Month. I describe an example with my son and how I had to, teach him Black history. But really, that's not for this podcast. But go there and kind of see what I'm talking about. But at the end, I say, we can't let go of Black history. We have to celebrate Black excellence in everything we do. And, that got me to thinking, Black history, me growing up, maybe it's because we moved states and it was just different. But growing up, there was just more hoopla about Black history. Like when Black history hit, we grew up in Maryland, so we knew, it's the Black History Month play and this and that and this. So, what are your memories of Black history?
Black history, because we went to a mainly Black school, so it's like you couldn't ignore it. So we had Black history songs. I still remember Dr. King was the civil rights leader song. That's the one Hope likes. And then there was the one my group sang, which was...
Wow. You don't know what your group sang.
I Have a Dream. It was called I Have a Dream. As I was thinking, I was hoping it would come to me. We had assemblies where each grade level sang songs. I remember Hope singing Dr. King with her class.
Dr. King, Dr. King.
And then I sang, it was more of a powerful ballad.
It was boring.
It was awesome.
It's when you had to go to the bathroom break. Yeah.
It was called I Have a Dream. It was, and I can't sing it because it was levels. It was harmonies, melody.
Oh, she can sing it, but she knows it's boring.
No.
I have a dream.
See, I knew she was going to do that. It didn't sound like that. It was really good. If you remember the song, let us know.
I was like, yeah, he had a dream, but it wasn't like that.
It wasn't. That was the melody. There were harmonies too that made it.
Yeah, I harmonized that. It did that much of a difference.
With the music behind. Why am I?
Yeah.
Anyway, why am I? And so things like that, and we learned about the typical greats, Dr. King, Rosa Parks, things like that. But one thing I do know is we didn't really cover the taboo topics, Jim Crow laws, blackface. We never learned about that. And that's going to be real crucial when we move to Texas. But, we were in Maryland. So we knew Harriet Tubman because she was from Maryland. Yeah. So it's like, oh, yeah, Harriet. But then beyond the dark history of Black history, we didn't really talk about that. Or I don't remember it.
I know that we were very heavy. I know some people do it now, but it's kind of like, Franklin Dulles was blah, blah, blah. No, we hit it hard with those morning announcements. There's always a Black history fact, and they made sure that it was people that you didn't really know about, So yes, they had the MLK, the Frederick Douglass, but
George
they also
George
Washington Carver, absolutely. But they also had did you know that this was created by Black women? Madam C.J. Walker was this and that, So they really worked hard to make sure that we knew, hey, your everyday things that you use, it was created by Black people, and just knowing the Black influence around you. I just see recently, Black history is just like, oh yeah, Black history is cool, but let's do multicultural. Let's celebrate everybody. And I'm like, no, I'm celebrating me right now. Let me celebrate me.
Yeah, when we moved to Texas, I was in high school, a freshman, and I don't remember Black History Month.
We didn't. Well, let me not get to lying, but I
don't remember much. And
we
definitely didn't have assemblies.
Yeah, I was about to say,
right?
We surely didn't have
no
assembly.
assemblies.
You
don't stop instruction for Black History Month at that level.
No.
Some districts did. When I started teaching, we did.
Yeah.
But even when learning U.S. history, we didn't really dive into the deep stuff. It was like, for the sake of war, we talked about slavery. There was no reason out of context to mention Black history. That's why I didn't learn about a lot of it until college.
Yeah.
When I took specific classes that were targeted on the topic. So.
I think it's just funny how, depending on where you are, you kind of cherry pick what you want the kids to learn. Because at the end of the day, history is comprehensive. It all happened within each other.
Because of what they loved, that's what history was. Like, we had one teacher who loved JFK. So that's what I remember about her. Oh, we talked a lot about JFK.
Oh, yeah, I know that teacher.
Right? But then it was supposed to be modern U.S. history.
No,
so JFK
was but I don't know if she knew someone who was there when it was shot. I don't know. She had some connection, and she was very like, JFK was supposed to be one day, it was 3 weeks, and it's like, oh.
I mean, and that would have been a great moment to throw in hello civil rights movement.
Like MLK was
we didn't learn
right there,
right?
We did not.
JFK
We did not.
is what we remember.
Exactly. Depending on where you are is whether you learn Black history or not, and that's kind of unfortunate because, like we said, moving down here, I don't remember Black history like that.
Which is unfortunate because the school we went to,
oh my gosh,
we didn't even realize the racism.
So
because here's the thing, our school song was Dixie. And
to the tune of Dixie, so you're like,
and then here we
like
are,
a dummy,
and we didn't know.
You're
we
just
like
clapping along, like okay,
because everyone there were Black people too.
Yeah,
so we were like, okay.
And so you're like, okay, cool, and then you learn what it is, and I was like, did y'all know
it's
this?
like what?
But then the crazy part is, some people are like, yeah, that was back then though. Oh. Okay.
And there was a mural in our cafeteria. No one looked at it. I mean, I noticed it, but not what I'm about to say.
That's true.
It was a mural. They said, this is after I graduated, they said there was a slave in the background that was like, romanticizing the South. I didn't notice a slave.
Yeah.
And we were, well, I probably can't say the...
No.
Okay. Even our mascot was... holding
Confederacy, and even the Confederate flag.
Was he holding a Confederate flag?
That was in the seal. It used to be in the school seal, and it used to be in the dang. When you walk in, it's right there. And
football games.
Football games. You run around with the.
Yes,
oh my!
Not only run around, there would be because it was on a hill.
Yeah.
On a hill,
and
we would look over,
yeah.
and there would be boys driving trucks.
Oh yeah.
And then they would be waving the
like,
Confederate
woo!
flag.
I'm like, wow.
And then we just. So
I didn't attend games like that, but I do know that happened. So it's just odd that like some people didn't know that. My mind we didn't really learn that part, you know, because we were more on the Black excellence achievements
yeah, we didn't
part.
learn it.
And it's funny because like I said, it depends on where you grew up. Because my husband is like, oh, civil rights movement, and we know this, and we know Montgomery,
which makes sense,
you know, and you should
Atlanta,
but that just is how it was different. So when we moved down here, it was like, no, we didn't know the history of Dixie. Hold on, y'all know what the Confederate flag is, and y'all just don't care. And that's when it was scary because it was like, y'all know the history, but you're trying to make it not a thing. Like, oh, it was back then, yeah, and history can repeat itself. So let's chill out.
It wasn't until we graduated that finally there were groups of students who pretty much rose up and canceled it. So that's no longer this song.
Yeah.
They've covered up the mural, so there's change now, but it's just crazy
it's just
how
weird.
if you
and
don't know your history.
It took a while. Like it was 10 plus years after I graduated for it to even be a thing. And it wasn't even like a community vote. Some people were like, oh, that's our pride and blah, blah, blah.
It's all about
the superintendent
tradition.
just said, yeah, no. And here's what it's going to be. And it's not going to be the Confederate flag. Now it's like, I don't know, a heart or something.
It's just crazy how if we allow tradition to continue just in the name of tradition, and then people, because of tradition, fail to go back to the history of things. It's like, oh, that's what we always do. Okay.
But that's the problem because then you have people, when you see people like the Canadian Prime Minister or whomever else in Hollywood who thought it was cute to be blackface in the 60s or 70s, you know, and then it'll come out and they're like, what's the big deal? I'm like, really? You don't know the history of blackface. That's cool. So you can't just let it continue because you're like, I just don't get it. Like, it's not a big deal. It's a huge deal. You just weren't there, so you don't know the impact of it at the time.
That's why we need to know the history.
You need to know your history.
When you know, it's like, oh, what was I thinking? I also remember, this isn't even Black History Month, just during music class, we would sing Zippity Doo Dah, not knowing the history of it, which is from Disney's Song of the South. It's a movie that glorified slavery in the South, and I heard it was made after Gone with the Wind, modeling that idea. And then the main guy was singing Zippity Doo-Dah, and we had to sing that in class. And she never told us the history of it.
No.
Didn't even tell us what it was from.
And
here we are singing
didn't tell that the music teacher was white, and here we are like Zippity Doo-Dah. We had dance moves.
If we had the history of things, it would just be more balanced.
Yeah. I know when you're young, you're kind of at the mercy of whoever's teaching you. But just growing up, make sure to kind of backtrack and realize, you know what, there were black people doing that too. Oh, like just recently, people were like, well, black people built the White House too. Well, yes, but we never. Who's going to teach you that in school? Yes, the slaves built the White House. Who's going to say that? You know. So just know your history, y'all. More pass the DNA test. That's great that you know that you're 36% Nigerian and all. But go past that and actually find out your history.
We had to learn it too. I mean, we were coming from Nigeria, so we also had to learn American history. Yeah. A lot of people don't know about the segregation, discrimination in terms of housing. I didn't learn about Levitt towns in Pennsylvania till college. All right, I took a class and it was about the 60s. It was called the 60s. And it was about these perfect towns during the, baby boomers, they need housing. And so they marketed it straight up for white people. And then there was a black family that came in, and to try to get them to get kicked out, they would blast music all night long. Blast music just to try to get them to, resist and leave town. And things like that, and that leads to redlining and things like that.
I was about to say,
things
like,
we don't
you
even
just
know
the history of, like, I feel like when people are like, oh, that's not real, it's segregated, you're taking it too far. No, there is systematic racism that got
that's why there's
point.
Ghettos. We couldn't, the wealth, we were sucked out of the wealth.
And that, Black Wall Street, that's horrible, because it's like, but we were wealthy, we were our own economy, and we were burned out of it. And that you don't even really learn about that. You don't hear about that because, I don't know, like Harlem Renaissance, all that. You just don't hear about black people excelling, because there were those stories back then.
They're acting like it's rare now. So
A few
of us
I'm like, no, they've been. Madam C.J. Walker been a millionaire. Hello, she had more money than me, y'all.
Well, that's not hard to do.
Okay, well,
millionaire.
Cut the video. And what else? The district lines and everything like that, the redistricting and all that. Yeah, that's real. And
the Great White Flight.
That's real.
Because the thing is, when black people finally made enough money to live in the neighborhoods, who leaves?
Hello.
Who leaves?
They're like, oh, there goes the neighborhood. And they pack and they move to another side.
To this
and
day.
We'll keep following you. You can't move everywhere.
You're going to run out of spots.
Listen, we won't follow you to Antarctica. So maybe you can go there. Like I said, go to HOPEsaidit.com to really get the Black History serious side. Now we're just going to celebrate Black achievement and excellence and talk about our Black History favorites. Starting with my favorite Black History book. I might actually let Grace start.
Okay,
I read. Hey, I just posted a meme about this. Hope reads now. Do I read Ender's Game? Not necessarily. I read about what I care about.
All right, so I have many books. Starting with Meet Addie. Absolutely loved Meet Addie.
That is American Girl series.
Meet Addie.
American Girl series.
It's the only one, because I've read some of the others, Samantha.
Does not compare.
It really doesn't. Meet Addie was the best one. I read all of them. It was just beautifully
Meet Addie,
done.
Change It for Addie. What is it? Addie's Winner. All that.
All of it was awesome. And then we go into Roots. Roots was the very first book where I read about someone coming from Africa too. So it was like a sort of my background, not the same country, but it was still like, oh, the setting is Africa. Then you come to the U.S. So I really enjoyed that because of the history of it. It wasn't historical fiction. So Meet Addie, historical fiction.
Yeah.
But then Roots was the real deal. Oh, my favorite book.
Oh.
My favorite book, y'all.
Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry.
Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. Ooh, the Logan family. I love them. Because, there's four of them going through the struggles of living in the South. And it's just like a trilogy. It became a whole thing. Let the Circle Be Unbroken, years later, Road to Memphis, and then now she got a new book out. I love that book.
And she's not getting paid, guys.
Love the book. I read it twice. Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry is my absolute favorite book. And then I'm going to read the next one, and I'm excited about that.
On my list,
I'm curious to know.
please, all ears.
I really am.
Was Yes, Me Daddy was on mine as well. A weird one for me. First of all, just because
I never saw her read for real. It was comic books and anything that just passed as a book.
She doesn't know me, y'all. She don't know me like that. The problem is that she's a bookworm. I
want to get back to it.
Reader. I'm not a worm. I just read the book. I'm not buried in like the worm. I'm just reading when I can.
Book, please.
The book is Sounder. Sounder. You heard of Sounder?
I heard of it.
It's cool. It actually is a real good story about it's just a regular family, still in obviously a segregated time, and you see the dad going through some things and like hints of segregation and how you see it through the child's eyes. It's really about the dog though, but still. That's
where they
kind
lost
of
me.
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, Sounder, but he's a good dog. Roots, I try to get into it, but
it's too thick. I understand.
it's very thick, but
It is.
but also I can't. And this kind of goes into the next point, which is probably movies. But I can't. I have to guard my mind. So I already told you I don't really listen to cursing or stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe things affect me more because even the music. If I listen to too hardcore music, I'm like, why am I mad right now? But I don't like getting angry. Even the part I knew where I was like, the whole Kuja Kinde Toby thing. I was just like, oh my gosh, I cannot stand that this happened and that I just couldn't do that. So the lighter side is what I stayed with.
I almost forgot To Kill a Mockingbird. Wow. Wow. That was really good. I really liked it because Atticus was a white lawyer, and it's told from his daughter, but his perspective of how he was a good man trying to, do right in that small town. And I just I'm thinking of the movie right now, but I did read the book. But the movie scene where at the end they stand up to honor him, it's like, then stand up. He's walking through. I love that part because they knew he did his best, even though they didn't win the case. So love it.
Next topic: favorite Black History movie.
You give one. I give one. I got so many.
I guess it's not really. We're saying Black History. It's just really black.
It's just black. Yeah.
I'm like, that's
ones
what's
that
throwing
are deep.
you off.
We're not talking about.
I need to watch this again, but Polly. Listen, Polly. And it's so funny because I didn't really even know what I was watching at first.
Right.
I thought it was like Cosby the movie.
Because you had Rudy and Claire.
Exactly.
Right?
So I'm like, what's going on? Oh, we're singing. Oh, what
Yes,
what
it's
are
a
we
musical,
doing?
y'all.
No, it was really, really good. Polly was awesome.
It's based off of, the white version, Pollyanna.
Yes.
And then Polly was the black version. Made for TV movie, but try to buy it now. I don't understand why Disney put that in the vault.
You
got Disney Plus now. Why is that not on there?
The greediest. I'm like, dude, you made the movie. Just get money off of it. Not we put it in the vault and then release it 3 years later.
I just don't
Seriously?
understand where it is. And why it's not out
And
here.
even if you have it online, like people are selling it for like $100. Are you
It's insane.
serious?
Try to buy. Go check. I wanted to buy it, but I was like, I'm not paying for it.
No,
and
I'm
it's
not paying that much.
for what? The VHS. It's not even.
It's gonna be with lines in the middle of the screen. What you doing?
I don't know. So no, I'm not buying that.
That's my Black History movie. Well, I mean, there's more, but
I'm gonna go Glory.
Glory was a good one.
Glory, it was a
But
little
I
boring
also
at
got-
parts.
yeah.
But the obvious, Denzel Morgan Freeman combo was amazing. And the one scene that was one of the best was the prayer right before they went to war with the song. So
yeah. Anything Denzel.
The Great Debaters.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
I just said anything Denzel, and that was a perfect segue.
Isn't it? So true though.
But it was.
Great Debaters is awesome.
Great.
Set in Texas. I just love that time period when you're dressing up, you're refined.
I would not have fit in, but I do like seeing them do it.
Okay.
Dress up to go to school. Me, I can barely put pants on to go to work.
Ooh, Lee Daniels, the butler, was a good one. That was really cool. It was a cool perspective of seeing how a butler in the White House and then the different presidents that he was actually serving. So that was really good. Yes, the one Oprah was in. Amistad was good.
I didn't see that
Think
either.
Roots, think Amistad, but on
I didn't
the
want to get
slave
mad,
ship.
y'all. I don't like getting mad.
Okay, fair enough. I did like that one.
Ray, that was. I just wanted to say.
It's included.
I just thought of one of the songs.
It's
that's
included.
all.
Georgia. It has to do with that.
Yes.
He was,
And yeah, he was banned.
He was
so
banned.
There you go.
So
but
that's why.
And Jamie Foxx, I don't even watch a lot of his movies, but he killed it on that one. He did really good. I probably listen to his version of songs rather than the original.
Yeah, I like both.
He's
yeah.
good.
Color Purple was in there.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
how could
can
I
we
not?
forget
Color Purple, of course.
It's so many quotables.
Whatever.
Amazing. I loved it. At the very end, they go back to it was a very well done.
It was
movie.
really good.
Well
Oprah
done.
did good too. Like, listen,
I didn't need that.
Like, you
part.
better get
I
that
didn't
eye
need it.
squint on, sister. Hello.
I didn't need it.
You didn't need it.
I didn't watch it for the Oprah parts.
Well,
it was
no one
Whoopi.
watched it for
was the
Oprah, but
Whoopi
the fact
and
that
her
she was
sister.
there, it was the
I
fact
kind
that
of skipped those parts. I'm like,
she didn't skip those parts.
Remember the Titans? That had a little racism in it. We'll
That's
go with
true.
it. We'll
Remember
go with
that?
it.
Okay.
I know it's a stretch. It's not
It has this much.
right.
But
It's
that's
really
fine.
about,
We'll
but
take
it
it.
is
We'll
about
take
the integration of the team.
That's very true. That's very true.
42, Jackie Robinson, Lord Selma with Journey in it. Little Journey.
I know what you're talking about.
Because she sang the song "Ain't Gonna Let."
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Turn me around. It was cute. It was a cute story. I loved it. And what did you say before that?
What other?
Oh, Ruby Bridges. You know what? We also learned about famous people. So she's one of mine, Ruby Bridges, the ones we learned about. Because I don't think I could do it. You're watching white little kids play. So they're there. It's not like you didn't know anyone else was in the school. And then here you are, you and the teacher learning by yourself all day long.
And then that no one wants you in that school. You're literally walking up and
walking
people are
with marshals. Marshals are walking
hate.
you
and you're
home.
young and you're just spewing hate. And you have to be there all day by yourself. Your mom's not there with you. So that's, I don't know, people like that. And this is what kind of infuriates me when people are like, just don't worry about it. Who cares? It's in the past. It's like, but you don't understand what it took to get here.
That's true.
There's a lot of people who risked it all.
Little Rock 9. That's another book I forgot.
True.
Warriors Don't Cry. That tells the story of one of the Little Rock 9, Melba. And I loved it because she didn't back down. She actually got kicked out because she was done with it. She poured chili on a boy's head because she was tired of it. I mean, you could day in and day out.
That would have been me.
Very true. I don't think I probably would have just left. I don't know if I would have.
She probably would have stuck it out, actually.
No, because
Ruby.
I get angry. I get angry and be like, man, forget this.
Oh, well.
And I like a team. Like if it was me and you, maybe we could do it. But just one or the other.
Yeah, one or the other. Because, like, this for the birds.
Because remember, if it was you, I would have went to the regular colored school, and then you would have been like, man, I'm coming to school with you. Forget this. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
true.
it has to be together. We got this together.
That's not racial undertones, is it? Right?
It's nonsense. Grease.
Just making sure, because I thought Zippity Doo Dah was nonsense too, but hello.
Good point. Very good point.
Even realizing the true story behind things. So Rosa Parks, yes, she didn't get up. Everybody knows that. But knowing that there was a lady who came before her, but she just didn't fit the agenda. She wasn't the right look to be the face of the movement. Just
so that lets you know that they really had to plan it out. It's like, no, if we're going to do this, we don't want anyone to say anything that cancel the whole
you can't
movement.
slander our movement.
And just the patience. Y'all, it was almost a year
oh my goodness.
of carpooling, walking, anything but the bus.
And I don't know if people would have done that today. I feel like people would have been like, well, y'all, it's almost like how we boycott Gucci. And it's like, oh, yeah, I'm wearing Gucci. I don't care about y'all. Y'all, the black dollar is very powerful. So that's what they learned. That's what they realized. And at the end of the day, if they didn't have the black dollar, they couldn't do much.
So do you have like a favorite era? Like pretend like, there wasn't slavery and, life didn't suck for black people. What era do you think that you would love to go back to besides today?
See, I'm a today type of person.
Really?
But I not the 90s or 80s. Like everybody loved those 80s or 90s parties. I'm not really, I could do that. I have to be in the mood for it though. I don't want that every day. So probably the 60s. Not necessarily because of the clothes, because that's probably what you're gonna say. The hair, the clothes. I'm just like the feel. Like you go into a place, it's live music, and you're just jamming, and it's like Motown for real, you know. So that's I mean that Motown era. You really cannot.
Yes.
You can't duplicate that.
That's true.
Because that was booming. But Jackson 5, it was crazy. 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
That's when it was booming with music.
I would say 50s, 60s, the whole dressing up to go to school, to church.
You're gonna
I love
hear that
it.
a lot. She's
I
a
love it.
dresser
But
upper.
all the same 70s because of the pride, the black pride. Afros, I think that's
I'm
the
not an
coolest
Afro
thing.
person.
Are you serious?
My
You rocked an
hair
Afro.
can get big.
She rocked one
but,
though, and it looked good that summer. I loved it.
It wasn't a perfect. So fro is like packed circle on your head.
Which I love.
I had like. It wasn't a
Doesn't
fro.
matter, still counts. I
was like
love
a
the fro. So I
falling-
actually liked the fro, the puffs. Good times. Oh my God. I
Thelma.
loved it. Loved Thelma
like,
was my
yeah.
favorite because of her clothes. Walona, rest in peace.
Aw, rest in
Her
peace.
outfits, Penny, Janet Jackson outfit. So I watched it because of the show and their clothes and hair. I loved it. So great time. So I mean, at the end of the day, look, we didn't know everything. I mean, you got to understand, we coming from Nigeria, we were focused on just trying to survive the hood. And so we didn't learn it in school. So we had to catch a TV show or catch a book at the library. So we got pockets of it. But for me, it wasn't until college that I was like, wow, there is so much more to this.
So much more to history than that. And I just think that, yes, as a child, you think like a child, you act like a child and all that good stuff. But you have to grow up. You have to grow up and do better for yourself. Now you have to seek that knowledge and say, what else? Black Wall Street, what else can I do? That's why I think it's important to learn your history. I think it's important to teach my children that history and,
And I was a U.S. history teacher. I mean, it wasn't in the curriculum to spend a lot of time on Black history. So you weave it in. And Black History Month, we paused and had our Black History moments. Just a little, you can switch out bell work and just give them a tidbit. Watch a clip. I remember for Valentine's Day, it worked out perfectly. There was the loving couple, the interracial couple that went to jail because of interracial marriage. And that happened Valentine's Day. There was an article about that. There was a news coverage on it. So it happened to be Valentine's Day at work, and I played it. And kids were like, what? Because half the class now was mixed.
They don't know.
Biracial. So they were like, what? So as a teacher, throw it in. There's time for it. Make time for it.
But either way, I don't want to belabor this issue. Happy Black History Month still, okay? We still in it. I wish I had on my Black History colors as if I didn't know I was filming. But either way, I didn't plan this out right. It's okay. Go to HOPEsaidit.com to read more about my blog. Follow me at HOPEsaidit on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you need to email me for any reason at all, it's hopesaidit@gmail.com. Anything else you need to add?
No, it was good stuff. It was good stuff.
Great
Hope you learned
stuff.
from it.
Not biased at all. A1 stuff.
Not biased at all.
Guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Check that Taboo Topics. Okay, that's too much. Too much.
So for Black History, we had. I wasn't ready. I just opened
What
it.
is your problem?